me wait for about another minute or two for me to get started with what I was gonna start talking about here. So give me a second here. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. All right. So I'm just go ahead and start like I normally do. Maybe even wait for another 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, let me wait 2 or 3 minutes. Let me just wait. All right. Right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start. I know a lot of people go and watch it back, but that's where I'm. right off the bat, what I'm going to go into is where I'm gonna go into different little tweets that I've seen today that the mainstream media is covering, and I guess we're supposed to be happy. And once again, this is this is something that I constantly have to ask over and over when it comes to things that you're seeing in the media. It said what was it? It's right here where it talks about they're going to do some impeachment charges against Donald Trump again, and senators. It says, let me go ahead and go up a little bit. Breaking: House leaders delivered their impeachment charge against Donald Trump to the Senate, thrusting his political fate into the hands of 50 Republican senators who, for now, appear reluctant to convict him. How does this help the American worker? How does this help the American worker at all? In what way are these people looking out for the American worker, American citizen? In what way? Does this matter at all? In what way? To sit back and say that they want to impeach a guy that's not even in office anymore, just for what? What are we getting out of this besides more devices? I can't say that I'm feeling the unity that they keep talking about. I really can't see it. Another one. Check this video out let's look at it.
I was here when we announced that, and it was very.
The Trump administration, the Obama administration initially had wanted to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. The Trump administration dragged their feet on that. I wanted to see if the Biden administration has a sort of view of the timeline on whether or not she should be on the paper currency.
I was here.
Okay, well, so here's the first thing that I want to talk about is, first of all, are these supposed to be the hard-hitting questions that are about to be being delivered to the Biden administration? Is this what we're supposed to see now and say, oh yeah, they're really being pushed. They're really being pushed. Look at these amazing hard-hitting questions that the White House press pool has to ask the Obama, the Joe Biden administration. Let's finish it out here.
When we announced that, and it was very exciting. It hasn't moved forward yet, which we would have been surprised to learn at the time. The Treasury Department is taking steps to resume efforts to put Harriet Tubman on the front of the new $20 notes.
See, this right here is how I know that these people don't give a damn about the American worker, about the average Joe. They don't care. They don't care about us. Because let's be fair here. Once again, I ask, how does this benefit the American worker? And when you drill it down even more specifically, how does this benefit the black people in any way? Putting Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill doesn't help black people. If a black person can sit back and really say if a black person can really sit back and say that that's really going to help them in their day-to-day life, then well, first of all, you're lying to yourself. And the other thing is, this is exactly what a white liberal would think that helps black people, because they don't really know any black people, or do they give a damn about black people? Because they think that this is actually somehow that they're helping me. They think that they're helping me or helping America as a whole by changing who's on a goddamn $20 bill.
It's important that our notes, our money, people don't know what a note is, reflect the history and diversity of our country. And Harriet Tubman's image gracing the new $20 note would certainly reflect that. So we're exploring ways to speed up that effort, but any specifics would, of course, come from.
No black people, like I've said before, no black people were helped in the making of this little policy, or in the making of this policy or this initiative. No black people were helped. A lot of those $20 notes that she's talking about, a lot of those $20 notes could be in black people's hands, but they're deciding to give a lot of those $20 notes to illegal aliens, and they're also going to give a lot of those $20 notes to other countries. But hey, I mean, Slay Queen, right? It's absolutely amazing. And we're supposed to sit back and look at this and think that this is just somehow something that's going to help black people. What was another one? Okay, now this one right here. Of course, the thing that I responded with is this is a great time to import and or legalize millions of cheap immigrant labor. We need to see more people with blue collar backgrounds in government, and that's the truth. Now, this is actually a manager for the Keystone Pipeline, and says hundreds of workers have already been laid off because of Joe Biden's halt to the pipeline construction. A lot of these people that did this, or a lot of these people are in Wisconsin. So here we go. Let's go. Let's listen to it.
The pipeline was going to be constructed. Right now, the numbers of jobs are thousands of jobs. There's Michaels, there's Precision Pipeline. That would affected that the pipeline was going to be constructed. The actions that were happening recently, we were doing station work. There's hundreds of guys that got laid off. Was that Tuesday?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. If by any stretch or any stretch of this, that some of these guys that live in Wisconsin right here, if their wives or whoever voted for Joe Biden, you have got your or boyfriend, whatever, you helped to get your significant other out of a job. That's exactly what you did. If any of these people in any of these guys that are out there working, this is going to be mostly guys, but we'll just say women. If you're going to do it, if this is what you did, you have nobody to blame. Or really, you can just blame these guys right here. If any of them out there, because apparently their union members actually supported Joe Biden and put out press and everything else. And look what it is. Look what Joe Biden did. And when you actually look in the comment section, you'll see people say, well, these are temporary jobs. It doesn't matter that they're temporary jobs. You go from job to job. That's what you do. They're saying, oh, well, these people need to get with the program because we're moving to green energy. Well, okay, well, what are they supposed to do till then? What are these people supposed to do until this green energy shows that these green jobs show up? Because they're not there yet. And I also said, like I said, like my response to that article, this doesn't seem like the best time to legalize or bring in millions in cheap illegal labor. This doesn't seem like a real good time to raise the minimum wage to make inflation on top of creating more, flushing the labor pool. This doesn't seem like a great time to do such things. Yeah, exactly. Yet to all who voted for Joe Biden, you're going to have to eat crow. This is ridiculous. And like I say, all I keep saying here, let me go ahead and finish out that clip here.
Yes, a lot of them live in Wisconsin.
A lot of them live in Wisconsin.
That's an important point to know.
And that is an important point to know because that was one of those states. Hey, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, well, of course they won't care. Milwaukee, Green Bay, Madison, all these cities, when these guys no longer have any money or don't have the amount of money that they should have to actually, or that they could have to actually inject into your economy, what are you doing then? There's a domino effect to all this, right? Isn't there a domino effect to all this? If these dudes don't have the, there were people in the same comment section. I'm going to see if I can actually find it. There was people in this comment section that had the audacity to say, "Well, Amazon, see, look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is what this fool says. Amazon is hiring lots of solar panel work out there too." And I put Amazon, dude. Amazon pays $15, $15 an hour. These guys make 30 plus. Some of them 40 plus. So what are they supposed to do until then? Guess they should. Who's this Misty Ray? Guess they should just go back to school and get training for work with renewable energy instead of B-wording about how they have lost their jobs, which are killing the planet. No, not all jobs are good for the people and the planet. I bet you this woman has a freaking job right now. But the thing is that on top of everything else, what the hell are these dudes supposed to do until then? On top of them getting a bunch of illegal aliens jammed down their freaking throats and who they're going to have to compete with a job for. Green is the solution with this Pat Avalon people. Where are those green jobs is my question. Where are the green jobs? If you guys like this, look at this. Guys in jobs like this need to realize they're going the way of the coal. Yeah, of coal. Understood. What are they supposed to do until then? This is ridiculous. I don't understand how this is so hard to see. This is ridiculous. I haven't seen what this guy's talking about. Congressman in Wisconsin begged Biden to restart the Keystone XL pipeline in epic press conference. You know what? These people, you get what you effing deserve. All of these people that decided to go with this crap. I think that was the last one. That was me. Big Oil hits brakes on search for new fossil fuels because Joe Biden is stopping drilling and exploration on federal lands. This is ridiculous, folks. This is absolutely ridiculous. Here's another one. Here's another one for how does this help the American worker? The Biden family's two German shepherds, Champ and Major, have joined the president and the first lady in Washington, ending the first petless 4 years in the White House in more than a century. How does this help the American worker? Hey, New York Times, how does this help? How does this help the American worker? None of this helps the American worker in any kind of way. And we're all supposed to be happy. Is this supposed to make people happy? This crap doesn't pay people's bills. None of this crap helps. It helps to pay anyone's bills. But we're all supposed to just sit back and say, "Oh well, yeah, this makes total sense." Champ and Major go to Washington. All right, cool. Wish I could go to Washington. I gotta work. Let me X out of this one and we bring over some things that some screenshots from today. This is from the tribal leaders that were optimistic. This was December 28th, 2020. This was after the election. Tribal leaders optimistic about Biden nomination. What's that? Highland nomination, a good start. They were so happy about the Biden administration. And then all of the same tribe, the Ute Indian tribe, does not mince words in their response to the Interior's order restricting federal energy development. Your order is a direct attack on our economy, sovereignty, and our right to self-determination. These people are upset because the Keystone Pipeline is not getting built. Or not the Keystone Pipeline. These people are upset about the energy policies, about the oil policies, because these people were making money on this. But now they're paused. See, Biden's pause on oil caused big concern in New Mexico. New Mexico went for Biden. Look at that. New Mexico went for Biden, and a large part of their economy is going to be missing out on money because of the Biden administration. You get what you can vote for. You get what you voted for. So you're going to be mad. I hope these people aren't upset. Anybody, like I've said before, I think I've said this on previous videos, and I know I have, and I think it was one pretty recent. The first people to be complaining about the Biden administration will be the people that voted for him. Those will be the first people complaining. This is the way it always goes. The first people complaining about something are usually the people that enabled that crap or put the crap into motion in the first place. Those are the people that hit the hardest. Now these people are going to have to sit back and just take it, I guess. Now moving on to this New York Post. Being fat but fit isn't really possible, study says. So they actually need a study for this. You know, a lot of us that would say things like this, especially when it came to the health at every size and fat pride movement, we were being told that we aren't scientists. And where's your medical degree? You know, there's people that actually sit back and get paid to have studies like this, that you can't be fat and fit. And I guess there's is water wet? You know, I guess there's a study to try to figure this out. Does shampoo burn your eyes? I mean, you know, is that what we got to figure out, huh? There's a study that says this. It's the next one. Here we go. The New York Times is saying that President Biden is perhaps the most religiously observant commander-in-chief in half a century. A different, more liberal Christianity grounds his life and his policies. There's another one. Joe Biden, or it says President Joe Biden's non-doctrinaire Catholicism is driving comparisons to Pope Francis, who has vexed traditionalist U.S. bishops much the way Biden has. Because I've said this before, you can't be pro-abortion in Catholic. In the Christian period, you can't be. See, what he's doing right here, that's not Christianity. That's not Christianity at all. And to sit back and try to say that that's what it is, that is, if he's pushing these current policies, he's not a Christian. He's not a Catholic. He's damn sure not a Christian. That's just the truth. He's not. And all this is, let's be honest, this is exactly like what you see when they say there's a Republican that they want some unity with Republicans. They want Republicans that have liberal values, that basically rhinos. They want rhinos. They want Republicans that are not really Republicans. This is what they want. So when they say they want, when the left says that they want that they're open to people like that are Christians, like Joe Biden is Christians, they're really talking about the kind of Christians that don't believe in anything, that aren't fundamentalist Christians. They want the kind of Christians that actually believe that are okay with abortion. They want those kind of Christians. That's the kind they want. Just in, Governor Pritzker's health team officially gave the green light Saturday for restaurants and most bars across Chicago and suburban Cook County to invite customers back inside for indoor service. Now, you know, California's doing the same thing. And even though the numbers are the exact same, or in some cases worse, they're still going ahead and opening up. And what a coincidence that is, right? What a coincidence that is. What a coincidence that all of a sudden these people want to open up now. I'm going to tell you, I kind of agree with Jesse Kelly. Jesse Kelly said that these people need to be tried for treason, and it's the truth. And if you can't really say treason, I mean, if it can't be treason, it needs to be for child abuse. It needs to be for assault. And it needs to be just a litany of charges. Oppression, just any kind, or whatever, however you can charge that. These people that played with people's freedom played with people's psychological health. They did it. They played with these people just for politics. Just to make Trump look bad, just to make Republicans look bad. This is what they did. This is exactly what they did. They played with everyone, with the public, just for politics. And now all of a sudden, they're just going to say, oh yeah, we can go ahead and open up now. It's not right. And honestly, it really is something that should be, people should be tried in court over this. But I think we all kind of had an idea or a feeling that something was wrong. Some of us did. Whenever a lot of these same people that are enforcing these laws, that are coming up with these laws, are people that were sitting back and breaking the same laws. That's a problem. So really, if these people are doing that, or now they want to open up, this really should be no surprise that they would be the same people that would be breaking these laws that they put out for everyone else. Here's the next one with Amazon and Jeff Bezos do not want their workers voting by mail-in ballots on unionization. An Amazon spokesperson tells CNN that the company is seeking a valid, fair, and successful election in person would ensure that. I don't think I have to tell anyone how that really that's rich, right? That the only way to have a valid, fair, and successful election is in person is what they would want, and not mail-in ballots. But that was fine for the actual U.S. election, when Washington Post, that's owned by Jeff Bezos, is pushing and saying that it's completely safe, everything's great. You know, I really would too. I would love to see. I kind of would. I would love to see. That'd be awesome to be able to see Amazon, to those guys unionize and really take it and really get some of that ass. That'd be great. That'd be great. That would be great. And to be honest with you, to be absolutely fair, companies like Amazon, I will say this. Companies like Amazon are the reason, to in my opinion, that unions existed probably in the first place. Because they worked because they will work the daggone crap out of you, from what I understand, for really, really low pay and not great benefits. That's from what I've gathered from people that I've talked to that's worked there or tried to work there or whatever. That tried to work there for a little bit and didn't make it for but a week. Let's go. Here we go. Okay, this was March 2nd, 2020. CNN. Masks can't stop the coronavirus in the U.S., but hysteria has led to bulk buying, price gouging, and serious fear for the future. And I would imagine that this is about the time that they didn't know what position Trump was taking. That's why they didn't really believe in him as much. This more than likely, this was about the same time that they didn't know how Trump was going to go on his whole mask thing. Now all of a sudden, on January 25th, 2021, wearing 2 masks instead of 1 is probably more effective to stop the coronavirus, spread of coronavirus, High Priest Fauci says. Now all of a sudden they want everyone wearing 8 masks, you know? You want everyone wearing 8 masks. How many, there's going to be people passing out, like the one woman did up in Wisconsin. She was driving by herself in a car, and then all of a sudden she ends up passing out in her car all by herself with a mask on, trying to get everything, just trying to get on down the street. 2 and 3 masks, come on. But I've said it before, like I've said before, a lot of these people, the masks are like rosary beads, if they really are. Masks are like rosary beads, like this in the cult of the COVID with High Priest Fauci. Masks are like rosary beads. They how people used to sit around, and they sit around with their rosary beads. That's what they do with the mask. and they feel as if that's going to stop everything, stop all evil. Anyway, like I said before, I'm going to try to do these every day, or not every day, probably, Monday through Friday, maybe on Saturdays. And just sit back and talk with y'all. I know I never really did a lot of like live streams, but I'm going to keep on trying to kind of go ahead and do these instead of only the videos. I'll still be doing some, little short videos whenever I get a little inspiration here and there, and then I make a video. So anyway, comment, like, share, subscribe, and yeah, that's it. That's it for today.